I'm Professor Tony Pollard from the University of Glasgow, and I'm a field director on Waterloo Uncovered.
I'm David Ulke. I'm a retired RAF healthcare professional and act as the welfare officer for the Waterloo Uncovered team and participants when we're on site.
I haven't been in the killing zone today. Could I get your take on what's been happening there today?
What we've been doing in the killing zone is expanding the area of metal detecting. And in previous years, what that has shown is a lot of activity related to the French assault on the walled garden, with the defenders behind the wall shooting at them and them shooting back. And as that work has progressed, it's become quite clear that some areas have evidence for heavier fighting than others. And the east end of the site, which is up near the corner, looked very interesting as far as the concentration of musket balls from both the British Allied side and the French side were concerned. So what we did this morning, straight off really, once the training programme had finished, was put in trenches side by side right up near that corner. And very quickly, with Olivier and David metal detecting, finds started to appear. And by the end of the afternoon, after just a few hours' work, we've got dozens of musket balls from both sides. And as David will tell you, a number of flints in a very high concentration. Now, what that tells me is that that corner was a scene of very heavy fighting. And it may be a location where the French actually got over the wall, which would match up with patterns of musket ball distribution inside the garden on the other side of the wall. So today has been a very exciting start, and we just can't wait to get back there tomorrow, really.
So, David, you were metal detecting in the killing zone.
Indeed.
Tell me a bit more about those two flints.
That was quite exciting for me because I've never come across a complete flint with its lead sleeve on it before, so I got quite excited about that, to the point where I made a number of assumptions that were very quickly shot down about, but that's another story. The first one that came up was in fairly poor condition. Although the quality of the flint itself looked reasonable, it was quite thin, and the lead sleeve on it didn't look as if it had been particularly well worked. Nonetheless, I, as usual, made an assumption it must be French because of its proximity to the wall, but that's probably not the case because it's the wrong colour. And of course we know from previous bitter experience that with the number of reenactors that have been on site over the years, and given the depth that it came out with, because this was part of the initial sort and sift that we did before the digger came in, maybe wrong to hypothesise, but I'm thinking more and more, and particularly talking to the finds officer as well, that it's probably a reenactor piece, but we'll hold out on that one. The second piece, which unfortunately wasn't my find, and I'm rather jealous about, was a beautifully worked creamy brown flint with a really nice lead sheath on it. Now, if this proves to be from the time, what we've effectively got is an infantier who has taken the time to actually impress a design of a horseshoe into both sides of the lead, and to also cut out a notch so that you get a full representation of the horseshoe. It's a stunning piece. Even as it came out of the ground, it drew a few gasps from the guys that saw it at the time. Time will tell. Clearly, we've got to get it registered and processed, and for Hilary and the team to have a look at it and clean it up, and for those that know more than I do on the subject, to actually pass comment on it and make a judgment on it.